Steve Stricker is one of the really good guys on tour and happens to be one of the best players in the world, too. Our Dave Lockhart recently caught up with the University of Illinois grad at his favorite PGA Tour stop, the Quad Cities TPC Deer Run.
Not only is Steve Stricker a good guy, but is also one of the top players on the planet. We caught up to the likable Wisconsin native less than 24 hours after he captured this year's Memorial Tournament. You've moved into top 5 in the world. Did you ever think in your career that you would get to this point?
You know, it's pretty surreal at times. You know, the last 5 years have been pretty good, and you know, it's a thing where I keep plugging away, keep doing the things that I've been doing, and keep working hard at it, and see where it takes me. So I'm very blessed, very excited to be where I'm at in my career.
Stricker has captured the last 2 John Deere Classics, including 1 year ago when he set a new tournament record. He was at the TPC Deer Run for Media Day, where he gave some youngsters tips on the all-important aspects of putting.
I'm just trying to get this ball started on a straight line. I'm not trying to hook it, I'm not trying to cut it, and I'm just worried about this little 2-foot area right in front of me, a foot back and a foot forward, and I'm trying to start that ball on that straight line and then let the ground do the work.
Yes, Steve's smooth rhythm certainly leads to putting for dough, but he takes that all-important tempo into every aspect of his game.
Yeah, I think tempo is a huge part of golf, and not only in the big clubs like the driver, your long irons, short irons, everything, but also in your putting stroke. And my tempo kind of is the same with everything, and I work on that quite a bit. I pay attention to my tempo. I think tempo is somewhat overlooked at times, and you got to sync everything up. You know, it's a game where everything has got to be in tune, and tempo is a big key of that.
96 Western Open. You were a fairly young man at the time. You won in convincing fashion at Cog Hill. What do you remember most about that?
You know, I remember that tournament a lot. You know, my wife was on the bag then. That was a special time for us down in Chicago, close to home for me, both where I went to school at University of Illinois and up in Madison. I had a lot of family and friends there at the time, and it was a special moment. And to run away with that tournament, I think I won by 7 or 8 shots, and do that in that kind of style is always fun to do, and kind of stress-free when you're coming up the last couple of holes. So I think back to that tournament quite often.
The 44-year-old has pretty much made his career a Cinderella story. Not bad for a Badger native who still lives in Wisconsin and went to school down in Champaign.
I enjoy my roots, where I've come from, where I've been, and it means a lot to get the support of the people of the area, and just like here at the Quad Cities, you know, it almost feels like home, so I appreciate that.
The TPC Deer Run is basically in Steve's backyard just outside of the Quad Cities. It's a traditional parkland layout that plays right into the hands of the former All-American.
You know, I don't know if it just the way it sets up off the tee for me. You got to do a lot of good things. You got to drive the ball well here to give yourself the opportunities to attack some of these pins, and I've done that over the last couple of years, and I've put together some good rounds here. I've got some good vibes here, so hopefully continue that this coming year.